All right, so welcome to episode number 3. We are here at Commissary, about to load some Portra 800 into the M6. It's a little bit bright, I think, for 800, but it's just kind of my go-to, especially for this series, because shops tend to be a little bit on the darker side, but we're actually getting a lot of natural light into the shop right now. It is 1:15, so we're getting some of that afternoon light. So the Pandan Latte is one of my personal favorites, and it's going to be our first shot of the day. All right, so there's a sick logo shadow on the floor right now that we're going to try and get, especially with the latte. So good. So I gotta test it out. Oh, it's so good. Just the symmetry right now with the different bar stools right now. So we're going to expose for inside. I wish I had a 28 mil shooting on a 35. Sweet. With the framing too, with the cortado in the middle, in between the plate and that rack, especially with the menus right there. I hate to do vertical, but I think it's also gonna be a great vertical shot too. We're gonna slightly overexpose, like you should with color negative film. Shout out YouTube University. Perfect. True flat lay photography right here. I love the leading lines right now. There's a lot going on in the frame, but I really like it. So I believe we have one more. I think that was a huge success. Obviously, like, I love Commissary. They're just such a genuine coffee shop, and you end up just like talking to them for a good while, and like the coffee is just really like rich, I would say. They pay a lot of attention to their coffee, so obviously, you know, want to shout them out and give them their flowers when I can. And that's the whole entire point of this whole entire series. It's not, you know, to make money or, you know, to get exposure, but it's really just to kind of give other people their well-deserved flowers. Yeah, there we go. Episode 3 in the books right there. Portra 800. All right, so welcome back to episode 4. The Commissary film just got developed and sent over to me. Shout out Joey Trowbridge for that. So to begin with, this is the most iconic shot of Commissary, I think. Obviously, you see the tiger in the window, and then also just the warm tone seeping in from the window, reflecting on the plants. I think that just looks really great. And I'm almost wondering if I went a little bit later in the day that you would actually see the full reflection off of the table of the tiger. So I think we may have to come back to Commissary one of these days and just film a little bit later so we could get that full shadow. So Portra 800 was actually pretty bright in Commissary. I was debating between 400 or 800 starting this episode, but I decided to go to 800. But really a lot of the natural light was pouring in that day, especially because it snowed in Indianapolis. So, you know, you have the sun reflecting from the snow into the coffee shop. One of my favorite shots is Tyler here frothing the milk. And I just love how this shot is just composed. In a lot of my different shots, what stands out to me is just center focused framing. And this really is just a perfect example of that. Really just draws your eyes into the shot. And then this one, I really just can't decide which composition I like better. I wish I went a little bit more towards the left of, you know, the coffee shop, but I love how you could see the tiger on the left, someone working, just kind of doing her thing. But then also, you know, I love the halation that film has with natural light. I love just the warm and inviting door, and then also just you could see some of the plants coming in because of the natural light. So like I mentioned in previous episodes, I'm not a huge fan of vertical photos, but just the colors of the latte and then also the brick really just stands out to me. It's a really nice composed image, especially with the shadows. So just a blanket statement of this whole entire roll, I love how I exposed it. I exposed it a little bit more overexposed than normal. I kind of wanted to aim for, you know, more of a dreamy look to Commissary. This shot's really cool, but probably not usable just because there's a lot of different debris in this walkway. But Miguel and I, we just found it really interesting, and you know, I had to shoot it. So in general, really have just been enjoying shooting with Portra 800, especially with all these coffee shops with natural light. I'm sure that I'll kind of switch it up in the near future, but you know, Portra 800 just kind of gives me a lot of different flexibility when I'm shooting, especially because, you know, you could always overexpose if you really need to. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed another episode of The Blend, and I will see you guys in the next one.